Today we need to have an honest conversation about no one's favorite topic, mortgage rates. The worst. Anyways, we need to talk about mortgage rates and how does that affect you, Northwest Arkansas, and kind of honestly, America as a whole. So, let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois, the worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could move to Maryville, I could move to Knoxville, I could move to Chattanooga, I could move to Golden, Boulder, Boise, Salt Lake City, Phoenix, all the areas you might be looking at right now. But I chose Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America, literally by far. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, email me, text me, whatever. Let's sit down talk and actually have coffee. Let's talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas, again, versus anywhere else in America. So without further ado, let's jump right into the content. All right, so today we're covering 3 different topics. Why are mortgage rates going up? How is this affecting Northwest Arkansas? And also, how does this affect actually you? So let's cover the first topic right now. So why are mortgage rates going up? So without getting too technical, the short answer of all of this is that at the end of the day, it's more of a feeling of that inflation has not been curbed enough. And with all the rate cuts that happened last year, it has not truly affected enough to say that it gives the actual market confidence that we are in a better position than we were 2 years ago. So part of the reason is that Jerome Powell, the Fed guy over there, said that they're not planning many more, if not any more cuts in 2025. Because what that tells the actual people borrowing, trading, all the markets all together, saying we need to keep the rate high still because we sense that inflation is still persistent and there. So there's that first thing right there. That's why mortgage rates continue to rise. And part of it is it's also obviously factoring in the potential future. Rates are both things at the same time, meaning it is kind of the current state of the market and also baked into what they think the future is going to be. Now, a lot of the rumors on the street, 3-4 months ago were that if the new administration came in, mortgage rates would drop significantly. And that could still be true based on, a lot of things need to happen. It needs to have, great job reports. We need to have more money being poured into the system from other countries. We need to, divest some stuff. We need to see a huge increase of GDP. We need to cut the budgetary. So there's a lot of different factors that have to play to get more, I guess we'll say, confidence in the market to actually have more rate cuts to then give confidence into the actual mortgage rates themselves. So this might be a 1 to 2 or 3 year process to get it back to a place where the markets feel confident. Now, this didn't happen under the previous administration because we don't want to get too political, but obviously a lot of spending, a lot of issues. We have wars. We're dumping money here. So there's a lot of chatter, of course, like why all this money is going elsewhere, but we still have to, eggs are more expensive. We have North Carolina having a lot of issues. Florida has stuff, California. So it's we have a lot of stuff at home that need to be taken care of. So as the confidence as an American and people in the markets, they're we're solving all these different issues, but not the issues at home. So what's going on there? So regardless of all that stuff, new administration, new things coming down the pipeline, at the end of the day, the actual markets need more confidence that rate cuts will happen. Once that is actually announced, once we start seeing quarter results from the new administration, whether good or bad, that's going to determine where the next rate cuts are going to happen. If we have great kind of economic results for the first part of 2025 and even part at the end of 2025, it's going to be really the rates are going to be start cutting in anticipation that more stuff is happening that's going to they don't want to cut too early or cut too late. And so if they start seeing great results from the economic change of the administration, then they're going to start anticipating more cuts, which will drive rates down, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of the long short of what's happening, why rates are going up considerably, going from 6 to 6.25 to 6.5 to 6. So they're sitting right around the 7 mark right now. It doesn't mean you're going to get a 7 rate. With good credit and everything else, you can go definitely in the 6s, but the average rate right now is 7, and it really should be starting to get pushed down to 6 and hopefully get into the 5s sometime in the next year or less, but that is to be determined with economic results from this next administration, honestly. And the next thing we need to talk about is how does this affect Northwest Arkansas? And honestly, again, Northwest Arkansas seems to be very resilient to all these economic issues because we're still building at a very quick rate. Rates have not really affected the building of Northwest Arkansas. It's only actually got more. And it's probably in some ways kind of a good thing for developers or people that have a lot more cash on hand or have able to borrow more money essentially, because they can actually borrow the money knowing the fact that rates will go down, they'll refi or sell off, so they have that ability to actually build out. Whereas in other parts of America where building has considerably slowed down because land prices are too high, there's too much red tape on certain things, so the cost of exponentially goes up. Here in Northwest Arkansas, land is still very affordable. We can build quite efficiently and efficiently. So there's really a little bit of red tape or low red tape. So it allows more investors to come in and build good homes, solid homes, and start building out the infrastructure, paying for the infrastructure from this instead of the cities doing it. So it's actually a burden off the actual homeowner themselves or the city themselves that they can, usually cities can negotiate with builders coming into here and say like, hey, if you do this, then build out this part of the whole system, this waterway, and do this and do that, so they can negotiate those into the actual, like, if you want this, you want this. So it allows a lot of interesting kind of negotiations inside of Northwest Arkansas, allowing builders to pay off a lot of the things that cities often have to, and allow builders to do it because they can take out those credit loans, and then because they have obviously a lot more cash on hand or credit lines than small builders do, which allows them to build all this infrastructure out. Allow them to build and sell homes versus have these debts, have any sort of SSIs or any sort of bonds attached to the property that doesn't exist here in Northwest Arkansas in comparison to other parts of America. So very interesting a time frame in America because Northwest Arkansas is still booming, doing very well. Everyone's enjoying the area. Builders are great. They're building great homes, and land's affordable. So infrastructure is doing good. So really good time in Northwest Arkansas in general, despite the higher interest rates overall. So again, other parts of America, yeah, but Northwest Arkansas doing very good here right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to move down here, maybe you're looking to check this place out, kind of sample the whole area. I made 3-day itineraries literally right for you. So day by day, restaurant by restaurant, activity by activity, all the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas when it comes to activities to do here in 3 days, literally right to your email. I can get it right to your email. So maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, I have 3-day itineraries linked below. So go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. And maybe you are looking to move down to Northwest Arkansas. Maybe you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, all the information below, name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. And finally, every single Friday, I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on downtown Rogers? What's going on in Springdale? What new bands are coming here? What new businesses are coming here? All the crazy things happening in Northwest Arkansas? Literally, there's so much all the time. All the time. Enter your email below. Enter your name below. I'll make sure you get that email every single Friday. But I need you to be aware, just heads up, full transparency here. I need to be aware. You will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak, but I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make it down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third and final thing we need to talk about is you. We're talking about you. So this is obviously, I'm a real estate agent, so there's that. I watch the market like a hawk all the time. I have my hands in as much as possible with builders and land and infrastructure and what's going on and who's selling what's trading hands. Like I'm in the midst of it all the time. So my recommendation is if you're moving here or you're currently here at the moment, if you're moving here, I think usually you have some equity baked in a different property. Great time to do that, move here. And obviously you have a huge window. You sometimes buy down your rate if you even need a mortgage. But long story short, if you're living here, you're debating between renting and buying, my oftentimes recommendation still stands. If you're looking to move here, get a short-term Airbnb for 3 to 6 months furnished. It's so simple. Contact me. I can help you find that right away. find that short-term Airbnb and we can start searching for a property right away. The reason being is because even though the rates are higher at the moment, it is still a opportune time to buy in the area. And the reason being is because once rates do drop, and they will at some point. I'm not sure if it's going to be 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, I don't know. But obviously the economic outlook is saying probably now 1 to 2 more years and then rates will start significantly dropping. Once those rates start dropping, obviously we're going to, with the new administration, it's going to probably level out a lot of different things. Inflation is going to be better, job reports, less whatever. I don't want to get into politics, but you get what I'm saying. It's going to be a much different environment than the previous one. But the long term of it is that if you purchase a home now or in the next 6 months or this year, it's going to be a big win for you versus waiting for 2 years renting, wasting that money, because there's really no point in some fashion unless you're looking for the right area. But you can find the right area in Northwest Arkansas at the most 6 months. I guarantee that. You rent for 3 months from a short-term rental or for short-term Airbnb, 6 months short-term Airbnb, furnished. We find you a house, we get you into a house in the later end of 2025, even with the mortgage rates as they are. Because once they start dropping, obviously that's going to bring out a large amount of buyers that are either here locally or all of other parts of America that want to sell from Georgia, they want to sell in Michigan or anywhere in the cold areas, or they want to sell from California. Whatever it is, they're going to be moving to Northwest Arkansas, take the equity from there and be able to compete at a higher level here in this area. So when it comes to moving here, again, I always recommend the short-term Airbnbs, and I try to avoid renting for 2 years because it's money left on the table, and it's unnecessary, and oftentimes you're not paying much more from a rental nowadays versus actual home ownership. Rentals in Northwest Arkansas can be a little pricey because the market demands it. A lot of people are moving here, they usually rent out, and so they can usually uptick the price a little bit, knowing the fact it'll go off the market pretty quick and get leased. And so they, of course, landlords want to make the most money they can, and they put a little higher rent on it because why not? People are willing to pay for it. So that's what drives up rental prices. So oftentimes when I've compared rental prices versus home ownership with a decent amount down, like, sometimes 15, 20% or even a little bit less depending on the loan structure, you're almost going to be in some fashion very close. And something to keep in mind, just as we kind of wrap up this video, is that you can take portion of that down payment, that closing cost, and use it to buy down the rate for about 1 to 2 years, and then kind of like offset your mortgage cost, and then refi on year 3. So very doable. There's a lot of options there. Just because mortgage rates are at 7% doesn't mean that homeownership is not affordable in any shape or form. It's actually a huge win for people that want to move here or want to buy here because it creates opportunity for the future just in general. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you have not been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide of everything about Northwest Arkansas, like population, demographics, schools, education, all the projects, all the things happening in Northwest Arkansas, 120-page guide. It comes with my 3-day itineraries. It comes with this handy-dandy coloring book. Don't you want the coloring book? Everyone wants a coloring book. Yes, it is a custom coloring book. Walmart Museum, Crystal Bridges, the Ledger. What do we got in the front? What do we got in the front? Thorncroft Chapel, University of Arkansas. Who doesn't want a coloring book? Everybody wants a coloring book. Anyways, it comes with a coloring book. It comes with all sorts of goodies that are part of Northwest Arkansas. Enter your name below, enter your address below, and that package will ship to you right away. Literally, package shipped right to your home. Right to your home. Enter your name and address below. Make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite photo F word. Free! So enter your information below. Make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. All right, guys, this is the next one.